Good day to everyone. We are from BMMM student. We present about our poster on basic tribology lab 3 pin on disk. Let's go to the first sections.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdul Fattah Ifwat bin Ishaq. Matric card number is B0921101106. I would like to present about the pin on disk. Introduction. The pin on disk is a specific type of tribo tester, which is the name given to a machine or device used to perform tests and simulation of wear, friction, and lubricant, which are the subject of the study of tribology. The tribology is the most important field that comprises the component design with static and dynamic relation for reliability and performance. Hence, it is believed that the surface contact, atmosphere, and lubrication significantly change the wear resistance of the material surface. Next is objective. There are two types of objective. First one, study the relationship of speed and load of friction under lubricated condition. Second, investigate a comparison friction force on specific speed and load, whether it will change the friction or remain constant. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shafiq Mizanuddin. My matric number is B0921101132. Okay, now I will present about procedure of experiment 1 and experiment 2. Okay, first we go to experiment 1. For experiment 1, the procedure is first we switch on the machine and we add a lubricant. After that, we determine friction pairing, place pen into the holder, and then lower the loading arm until the pin in contact with the disc. After that, we add 10 Newton weight to the hanger and suspend on the loading arm. After that, we adjust speed while taking the reading of the measured friction. And lastly, change the weight to 20 Newton and record the reading of measured friction again. Okay, now I will go to procedure experiment 2. First, switch on the machine and then add lubricant, and then you determine friction pairing, place pin into the holder. After that, you lower the loading arm until in contact with this, and add 10 Newton weight to hanger and suspend on the loading arm. After that, the load will added up at a constant speed. The measured friction was taken for each load. So just that I will present, so I will give to other presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yap Chongming and my metric number is B0921102113. I will now talk about the findings of the experiment. In this lab, there are two experiments that we must complete. The first experiment requires us to obtain the friction force while maintaining the same load but increasing in speed. And the second requires us to obtain the friction force while maintaining the same speed but increasing in the weight. These are the results of the experiments. The friction force that is obtained in 10 Newton when speed increases is shown in the first table, and the friction force measured at the increasing of speed but in a constant weight of 20 Newton is shown in the second table, and the third table displays the friction force at 40 revolution per minute and the fourth table shows the friction force at speed 160 revolutions per minute. Since there are no calculations needed or necessary to determine the friction force, hence this lab is considered a straightforward enough. And I think that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Very good day to everyone. I am Muhammad Ahmad bin Anwar, matrix number B0921106164, and I will explain about the discussion sections. The graph shows is based on the board results. So the figure is clearly we can see that the relationship between both result. For the first graph, it is a friction force against the speed RPMs. So in this result, load is constant, which is 10 Newton and 20 Newton. So if we apply a more speed or more RPM, the friction force started to decrease. For the second graph, the load is different, but the speed is constant, which is 160 RPM to 40 RPM only. When the load is increasing, so does the friction force also. Based on the first law, which is Amundsen's law, it say that friction is depends on the load. So load increase, so does the friction force also. We know that velocity or area of contact is not affect the frictional force. During this lab, the discussion part and the result are not crucial because there is no any calculation on this lab. So we only observe between speed and load and speed. So which is affect the friction. As I say, uh, friction is only affected on load. That's all from me. I will pass to another section. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aaron Kok with number matrix B0921110442. Untuk conclusion eksperimen ini, the experiment examined the lubricant testing on different load and speed. Two separate experiments were conducted in this lab. In experiment 1, students have used only 10 and 20 mass of weight as a manipulation throughout 6 samples of RPM, which is 10, 40, 80, 120, 160, and 200 RPM. In the point of view, 20 Newton produces a greater friction force than 10 Newton. As a result, the more the speed increases, the lesser the friction it becomes, and vice versa. Apart from that, in experiment 2, students have used only 40 RPM and 160 RPM speed as a manipulation throughout 5 samples of weight as a load, which is 15, 20, 25, 30, and 40. In average, the result record constant for both data. It increases when load is increased. At 40 Newton load weight, the friction force gives the same result in both RPM comparison. It can be concluded for both experiments that speed does not affect friction force in any condition. Only weight is affected. The column law theory is okay. Lastly, the objective of this experiment is achieved successfully. Thank you.
That's all from us for our presentation assignment pin on this. Thank you.